following is brought to you by TaskChat, the future of task management. There's a syntax to when you should have the thoughts you have. Timing is very important. When you should think about something and when you shouldn't think about it. When you should think about work, when you should think about your love life, your family, the movie you're going to watch, the text you send to your friend. Maybe you should have watched the movie first before you sent the text, or the other way around. And this is a much higher level of thinking to understand that timing is incredibly important. This is a different level of thinking. To control your thoughts, to control every aspect of the way you think. To choose which thoughts are good and which ones you rather not have. Which ones you should fight, which you should stop, which you should change and influence, and which you should hold to, cherish, listen to, heed. And the better you get at that, the better you get at being able to control what is requested of you in the moment from a higher power and your higher voice, the one that gives you guidance, the more you will advance. And of course you may have to deal with tough conflicts, and tougher things, tougher decisions as time goes on. If you were the judge, jury, and executioner of mankind on a particular issue, what would you do? Knowing very well that it may affect people you care about and people you love. Would you reward them, punish them? Would you let it slide? How would you rule? If you were creating a world, what parameters would you create? These are near impossible questions to answer, and there are very difficult topics to face in this world. Some you will have to face. That's why most people don't go to these lengths. See, as parents, what will forge the best path for your children? I'm sure you have made plenty of difficult decisions in your life already. But when you're thinking, do you have an ability to choose what you're going to say and speak, almost like a Rolodex of thoughts? Some phrases are better than other phrases, even if they both sound like viable options. One will make sense and may hit somebody harder, and another phrase might be a little bit more delicate. But that's what's needed in the moment. One might make them feel better or make them learn some wisdom, make them think twice about something that may happen, and make them more aware of what's going on. You're going to have to choose. There are certain thoughts that you get that you're going to have to fight to say that's not the way I will conduct my life. Not every thought is good. Not every thought is bad. Don't shy away from your thoughts. Don't shut it off. You have to control it or it will control you, because you won't know how to deal with it. Getting in your body and ignoring it might not be what you should do. The right thing to do might be with connecting with it and sorting out that conflict that's going on, especially if it keeps popping up. That's an insane level of toughness, trust me. Meditation might be the answer, but if you're so focused on shutting off your mind, you must ask yourself if this is the right thing to do. Is it your inability to handle what's going on? Is there a routine that you just got in that you're so stuck in? Or is this a helpful activity that you need to do? And why? What's lost in the mainstream is why. Why does something exist? And when you search for the purity in that answer, you'll get a response. Now that response might take time. If it's a complicated issue, it will take serious time. Analyzing and digging and observing. And if it's an issue that only a few people know the answer to, if any at all, well, now you're breaking through some construct. You're cracking some code. Let's face it. There's 8 billion people. If it were easy, everyone would have it. And that means that it probably didn't take much time to figure out if they do, but then you're not much different from everybody else. The why is the power that separates one person from another. Why someone is better at articulating something than another person, or why somebody is better at performing than another person. Is it because they broke it down in a deep level? And some people have hacked that. They've manipulated the truth. People you look up to who you think they did it the right way, they didn't. Many did not. And in almost all professions, there's natural laws that follow this pattern. Some people have natural ability, but again, you have to ask yourself the question, why does somebody have natural ability? And again, if you search that way with purity, you'll hopefully get an answer that explains it in a meaningful and impactful way that would make sense to you. And it will click, and it will sit right with you. But the question is, why would it be created in this way? Why is it beneficial to create it in this way? Now that answer might be one answer, but it might be much deeper than that. But that's the start. And it's an onion. You peel the layer to get deeper and deeper. And eventually there is a core with truth behind it, where you have that aha. And then you move on to the next topic, and you find that core, digging deeper and deeper, and it's a field of onions that are interconnected. It's a web. And the more you figure out why this universe is built the way that it is, the more power you have. Now that power and that existential thinking will not always lead to monetary gain, in the short term especially. But if you are in this for a long-term gain, it will be worth it. Because that power will be rewarded at some point in the future. Nirvana is being able to make the right decision instantly. That's clarity. That's not given. That's something you earn after making right decision after right decision, even when there's confusion. Suddenly, that confusion disappears until you see the right thing like it's code. This is the true code of thought. This has been brought to you by TaskChat, the task management tool to simplify your life. TaskChatApp.com.